Dear children, in the last class we discussed about series resistor, parallel resistor, voltage division and current division rule. And today's class we are going to discuss about mesh analysis and the basic concepts of mesh analysis. What is meant by mesh? Mesh is nothing but a loop. Mesh is nothing but a closed loop. In formulating mesh analysis, we have to assign a mesh current, that is the loop current to each mesh. To each loop we have to assign a current. The mesh current is not equal to a branch current. So consider circuit diagram shown in figure in which we have to assign the current I1 for the first loop, I2 for the second loop and I3 for the third loop. Let us see the example for mesh analysis. Consider the circuit diagram shown in figure in which VA and VB are the voltage source. VA and VB are the voltage source. VA is from negative to positive, so it is a voltage rise. Then VB is also the negative to positive, but the current considered is I2 is from plus to minus, so it is voltage drop, and there are resistance across which the voltage drop will be occurred. So VA is voltage rise. Now consider the first loop around mesh 1. Consider the first loop. So in the first loop, then VA is voltage rise. So sum of voltage rise equal to sum of voltage drop. According to Kirchhoff voltage law, sum of voltage rise is equal to sum of voltage drop. So VA is voltage rise, VR1 and VR2 are in voltage drop. So VA equal to VR1 plus VR2. VR1 plus VR2. That VR2 is considered as V load. Since we have to calculate the current across the load, so it is considered as VL. Okay. So for the first loop, the voltage rise, sum of voltage rise VA equal to sum of voltage drop V1 plus VL1. What is V1? I1 into R1. V1 is I1 into R1. What is VL1? VL1 is I1 minus I2 into Rx. What is V1? V1 is, according to Ohm's law, I1 into R1. Similarly, VL1 is I1 minus I2 into Rx. Why I1 minus I2? In the branch R2, the current I1 and I2 are flowing. The current I1 is also flowing in the clockwise direction. Current I2 is also flowing in the clockwise direction. So the sum of I1 minus I2 is flowing through the resistance R2. So in VL1, the current across VL1 is I1 minus I2 into Rx. So V1 equal to I1 R1, VL1 equal to I1 minus I2 into Rx. So now according to the Kirchhoff voltage law, sum of voltage drop equal to sum of voltage rise. So therefore V1 plus VL1 equal to VA. Therefore substitute the value of V1 and VL1. I1 into R1 plus I1 minus I2 into Rx equal to VA. So I1 is common. So take the I1 as common value. Then R1 plus Rx into I1 minus Rx into I2 equal to VA. Let us consider the second loop. The current I2 is flowing in the clockwise direction. VL1 is voltage rise. Since it is from negative to positive, it is voltage rise. The voltage drop across R2 and VB are voltage drop. Therefore, according to Kirchhoff voltage law, the sum of voltage rise is equal to sum of voltage drop. Therefore, VL1 equal to VB plus V2. VL1 equal to VB plus V2. That is, the voltage across the load resistance equal to the value of voltage across the resistance R2 and the voltage VB. It is from plus to minus. Therefore, VB is also a voltage drop. Therefore, VL1 minus V2 equal to VB. According to Kirchhoff voltage law, VL1 minus V2 equal to VB. From the Ohm's law, VL1 equal to minus of I2 minus I1 into Rx. Since the branch current is in the negative direction and we are from the second loop, therefore minus of I2 minus I1 into Rx and V2 equal to I2 R2. Substituting these VL1 and V2 in equation number 7.2, that is VL1 minus V2 equal to VB, that equation, the answer is Rx into I1 minus of Rx plus R2 into I2 equal to VB. Therefore, the final equation is minus of Rx plus Rx into I1 plus Rx plus R2 into I2 equal to minus VB. From these two equations, we have to form the matrix. Now we are left with two equations. One is for the first loop and second one is for the second loop. First one is for the first loop and the second one is for the second loop. From these two equations, we have to form the matrix. R1 plus Rx is the loop resistance for 1, that is R11, the individual loop resistance for R11. Therefore, R1 plus Rx is the individual loop resistance. Next one is minus Rx. Minus Rx is the common resistance between loop 1 and loop 2. Common resistance between loop 1 and loop 2 is the minus Rx, that is known as minus R12. Next one is next row. If you take the next row, it is also minus R21. Minus R21 and R12 are same. Minus R21 and R12 are same. Therefore, minus Rx is again coming in the second row. Next one is R22. That is the individual resistance of second loop is Rx plus R2. Second loop individual resistance is Rx plus R2. So, my Rx plus R2 is the second loop resistance. So, it is R11. It is minus R12. It is minus R21. It is R22. It is first loop individual resistance. It is the common resistance between first loop and second loop. And it is same, the common resistance between second loop and first loop. It is the individual resistance of second loop. The currents are I1 and I2. There will be two loops, I1, I2. The voltage is VA. VA is voltage rise, so plus symbol, and VB is minus. Since it is voltage drop, VB is minus. Otherwise, I equal to V by R. Therefore, R is in inverse value. Let us see the example. Write the mesh equations and solve for the currents I1 and I2 for the given example. So, for the mesh 1, we have to take the value of voltage 10 volt is from negative to positive. So, 10 volt is in the plus mode, and the minus 2 volt voltage source minus 2 volt is plus 2 minus. The current is in clockwise direction for the first loop. So, 10 minus 2 is the voltage source. 10 minus 2 is the voltage source value, and it is 4I1. 4I1 is voltage drop across resistance 1. That is 4I1. Next one is 6 into I1 minus I2. It is the common resistance between I1 and I2. So, therefore, 6 into I1 minus I2 equal to 10 minus 2. Sum of voltage rise equal to sum of voltage drop. Therefore, 4 into I1 plus 6 into I1 minus I2 equal to 10 is voltage rise minus voltage drop is minus 2. Therefore, 4I1 plus 6 into I1 minus I2 equal to 10 minus 2 for the first loop. That is equal to 8 for the first loop. Then for the second loop, now the voltage 2 volt is from the negative to positive, so it is voltage rise. But 20 volt is voltage drop. So 2 volt minus 20 volt equal to 6 into I1 minus I2, 2 into I2 plus 7 into I2. 6 into I1 minus I2, otherwise minus 6 into I2 minus I1. Either 6 into I1 minus I2 or minus of 6 into I2 minus I1. Okay, so minus 2 volt, that is 2 volt. 2 volt is negative to positive, so it is positive. So 2 volt minus 20 volt is equal to 6 into I1 minus I2, otherwise minus 6 into I2 minus I1, plus 2 into I2 plus 7 into I2. Therefore, so the equation for second loop is minus 6 into I1 plus 15 I2 equal to 22. First loop equation is 10 into I1 minus 6 into I2 equal to 8. For the second loop is 6 into I1 plus 15 into I2 equal to 22. Either we have to solve this value, this equations by matrix or by using MATLAB we can solve. The value of I equal to 2.2 for the I1, I2 is 2.3.